IBS is considered to be a syndrome that is both psychiatric and gastrointestinal because it's usually worsened by anxiety. IBS is considered to be a syndrome that is both psychiatric and gastrointestinal because it's usually worsened by anxiety. And that doesn't mean when we say psychiatric, we don't mean imaginary. Sometimes people get scared like, oh, you're saying it's in my head. No. It's actually an illness where the neurotransmitters that you release when you're anxious, they actually are able to bind to receptors in your gut and they activate the gut. It's kind of like, have you ever seen, in nature or in a nature show, when an animal gets scared and it needs to run away, it often will crap itself? You ever see that? Like they just release. No, I've seen this before. My cat got scared and he just right on the rug. I was like, okay. So they get really scared and they will just release and then they run. And it's just part of this thing that's like, all right, I have to get away from a predator. So I better just clean out and be light and go. Right. So it activates this whole system in your body. So but when you are, that's supposed to be fight or flight, right? But if you have anxiety, it's like being in fight or flight all the time. And if you're in fight or flight all the time, then you're constantly sending that message to your gut. And so it's squeezing and all this stuff's happening. And you're like, oh God, it hurts, stop. And that's what ends up happening. So, the newest research is saying that really things like IBS should be treated by both a psychiatrist and a gastrointestinal doctor because you need to approach both sides of it in order to get it to truly heal. I am a psychiatrist and what I find is that like in my groups and stuff, when I'm working with people, if they've got bowel issues, they have to do work on the anxiety. And some people, the bowel issue goes away just with working on the anxiety, like in the first week that I say, no more looking in the toilet. You sit and you flush, you don't look, you don't examine, you don't think about it, you don't do nothing. As soon as they start doing that stuff, the symptoms get better. So it's very much connected. And it might be that if you were already having IBS, that you were having some level of anxiety, just wasn't as much, but it all perpetuates. And anxiety also raises inflammatory markers. And if your inflammation's higher, it's going to cause all this other chaos to happen. So it's just kind of this domino effect that sets all these things off.